So good morning, members of the South Jordan, Utah Eastlake Stake. I'm here with our stake presidency, and their stake. And sorry, I was kind of wobbly on there, but just wanted to catch you this morning and throughout the day about our FamilySearch's worldwide indexing event, and show you that even our stake leaders are involved in it. So I'm gonna take a quick moment and kind of go around and see what they're working on. Well, we are a relatively new stake, so maybe for everyone who doesn't know everyone in the stake, maybe it's worth introducing each other. So, President, we'll start with you.
Great. I'm Steve Starks. I'm the stake president.
Okay.
And I'm indexing here World War II draft registrations for Kansas.
Awesome. President Mathewson.
I'm Scott Mathewson. I'm the first counselor in the stake presidency, and I just inadvertently got out, but I was batching something from the southeastern United States, Georgia.
Okay, cool.
I'm going back in.
Going back, you're going to go start again. Okay, good.
I'm Paul Hansen, I'm the second counselor in the stake presidency. And I'm working on also the World War II draft registration cards from Kansas.
Okay, good deal.
I'm Tom Johnson. I'm the stake clerk. I'm working on the World War II draft cards from Iowa.
Okay, draft cards from Iowa.
It's an easy one.
And I'm Dave Johnson, Assistant Executive Secretary for the stake. I am going to show you how to get into our indexing files that we're doing.
Cool. And so I decided to crash their morning meeting here, and they were kind enough to, they actually got it up on the screen so we can show you some stuff here real quick. So it'll just be a quick short tutorial and hopefully inspire you to get started. But Brother Johnson's here is going to go ahead and show you how to get started. First of all, you come to FamilySearch.org. If you've never done this before, just go to the church's, family history website, which is FamilySearch.org. And once you're there, once you've logged in, you have to have an account, and we can help you set up an account. It's very easy to do. But once you've signed in, if you go up to the indexing and click on web indexing, that's the cool thing, is now this is all done via the web. And so you can get started with indexing simply by coming to this page on the indexing page. And now go ahead and click web indexing. And here you go. So you don't have to download the program anymore. It doesn't take a lot of time. I just jumped in with these guys as they were part of their meeting, and they're trying to spend just a few minutes to get started. But here, if you want to, you can go ahead and look for batches here. So it just literally says find batch or open batch. If you want to, go ahead and click find batch. Let's look at some of the ways you can search. And so if you're trying to find a batch, if you want to find something that's easy to do, or if, for example, if you served your mission in Italy and you want to do Italian records, or you have family, from Mexico and you want to do, records that are in Spanish, you have the opportunity to do that by here on the find batches. But if you want to do something easy, you can literally click beginner and you click search, and it shows you all the projects that are considered beginner or relatively easy to do. A lot of them form data and things like that. Well, I'm go ahead and click on one of the ones you were doing earlier, the draft registrations from Kansas, for example. And so once you jump on there, it'll pull up the image for you to look at. And what's cool is now it's all in your browser. So you don't have to download the program or anything like that. Here it's asking, are these draft registration cards that you can index? Absolutely. There you go. So you just simply click yes and keep going, and then start typing the information you see there. Now, he's doing it on a laptop, but you can also do it. Here you got President Mathewson's doing it on his iPad. I know you can't see that very well. Okay, but he's working straight up on his iPad mini. So it's something you can do easily on the go. It doesn't require anything special. Again, not downloading anything.
Let me make a clarification.
Yes, please.
My iPad mini was left on a Delta flight back in July.
Okay.
So I have a nice Samsung tablet, which is Windows-based. And
Okay.
because it's web-based, you don't have to worry about all that stuff.
Good point. So he said, his is actually not necessarily an iPad, but any kind of tablet. It doesn't have to be specifically iOS. Now, so President, where are you at on here with what you're doing?
I just went through one card for a gentleman named Gilbert Ray Blackburn.
Okay.
And so now I'm just starting another one right now.
Okay, what kind of information are you putting in there for this guy?
So this is a draft registration card. So name, residence town, residence county, place of birth. Then a little bit about his description. So this gentleman is 6 feet tall, 150 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
blue eyes, brown hair, light complexion. And it looks like he put as his reference here, his father
Cool.
would be somebody that they could always get a hold of. And so if you really think about what that means, I would imagine that that's because this is a draft registration, and if he's going to war, this is where the War Department would have to contact somebody in case the worst happens. So you think about what that information means.
Right.
That can be a bit sobering.
But I think it's also cool that you get an opportunity to know who this person. I mean, it gives you a physical description
Yeah.
of who they were. It tells you what jobs they held. It shows you exactly where they lived, where they were born. You know, gives their birth date. I mean, there's so much rich information that if this is your ancestor and you've been hunting for, it's amazing what you can find about this person and even their extended family. So now you've got his father beyond him on this draft registration card.
This gentleman was an aircraft mechanic, engine mechanic. So you'd imagine that he'd be very useful.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll probably get snatched up with these draft registrations. So President Hanson, tell me about you've had a little more experience with indexing. What's been your experience?
Well, we started with my family. We did it back with the old system where you had to download software on your computer, and I love that you can do this now. Just it's web based. It makes it so much easier. It's a lot simpler and just easy to just get it done and get it done quickly. And I love the blessings. I think indexing is one of those things that you can do that's very easy, that allows you still to receive the blessings from participating in family history work, which the apostles have said is protection against the intensifying influence of the adversary.
Absolutely. I agree. I know personally I've felt the spirit, and it brings the great spirit into my home when we index as a family, when I take time to do it. You know, it's one of those things that you can include in your personal worship. You know, it doesn't have to take, yes, we're doing this big worldwide indexing event, and these guys are very diligent at work here during, you know, these 3 days we've been participating in it, but it doesn't have to end there. You know, it's something you can do on a daily basis. It doesn't take a long time. I mean, you know, Brother Johnson, you've been at it now. You're on we just got started. It's been less than 7 minutes. You're through your second record already.
Yeah, and
out
it's
of
getting
10.
faster. It's getting a lot faster.
And and especially once you keep doing it, it becomes a little easier, right?
Oh, yeah.
At least that's been my experience. What about you?
Yeah, that's always the case. Once I've done a batch, if I do a second batch, it's like that. If you do the same group, they just kind of keep on flowing, and you can just zip through them.
Right. So we're excited. Thank you, Stake Presidency, and members of the stake. Thank you for listening to us and watching us today on our little wobbly cam video. But they let me crash here. So, President Starks, would you any parting words for the members of our stake?
Well, Sunday's a great day to be able to get the family around a table and focus on this, and I think the children will have a great time as they participate in it as well, and you'll find that it's more productive than oftentimes what happens on a Sunday, and it will bring blessings into our families, into our homes.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.